So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Deontay Hardy deep for New Orleans. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jameis to throw it. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Winston. There's Chris Olave. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's got room at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make it?
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. Is it normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that? Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
Here's Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
It is intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And the Niners are going to have it here at their own 15.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And good yardage as he gets this one up to about the 23. Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he fires one, but incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Winston now. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
He's got a man complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Give him 32 on the play.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Again, it's Winston. That's Olave bringing in another one. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. Inside the 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. 7-7, our score after 1. So only even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done?
It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Well, when it comes to throwing the deep ball, no one has ever questioned the arm strength of Jameis Winston. And this is a beautiful throw right here.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And the next-gen stats, they tell the story. That's a full 67 yards in the air. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Chris Olave with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Saints have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Fielded right around the 8. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
21.
From the 24, Garoppolo, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down. The Niners hit 3-7 now in the year. They come in losers of 2 straight, so try to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here. No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Following the interception, Winston. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. To throw again on 2nd down. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara with his 14th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. He takes this for 3 to the 29. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Here's Lance to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
A first down throw for Winston. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers.
Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion. Probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now. Probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Thomas. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And this will wind up a Saints first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Jameis now on first down. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Ready.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Ready.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. Here's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just 1 snap of the football. Final play of the half here, Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now Winston. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. Winston. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner? They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing, Winston. He finds his man Johnson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 30. On 1st and 10, Winston. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. To throw, Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the 1st half.
Let's go. Time to play.
From the red zone now, Winston. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the 1st half and now 7 on the game. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football.
And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Lance. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do They'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Ready?
Off of play action, here's Lance. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Locates Kamara on the out route. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th.
Ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Olave over the middle.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 78 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a 1st down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that. The nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Kamara. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. To throw is Winston. The pass caught by Olave. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Winston. He completes it to Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Again, it's Winston. Quick slant, that's caught by the 5'11 Landry. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
Here's Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
560. Trouble, 38. Ready?
Here's Lance. And his throw is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Christian McCaffrey, 77 yards. And the Niners have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Winston now. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Keep it going. Take it to him. It'll be a good day, boy. Ready.
Now Winston on 4th down. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
I can hear it right now that most people in our business are saying, why aren't they running the football? But I happen to agree with this strategy. They've had success all game long. I don't think they should go away from it. Too often, teams go into that protect mode and end up giving away the football. This team has stayed aggressive, and it's working out for them.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Here we go. Black Ultra. 10 cycles.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the 4th quarter here. You've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Real green. Steel slap.
And Lance now to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marcus Davenport has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Saints, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-4. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.